mysterious.
Guys, I'm raspy and mysterious, Cheryl says. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. How is everybody doing? I am Dr. Pete, and this is the Local Bizcast. And I am here. Most of you guys probably already know. I mean, she's famous. She's only been here for a few years. Rookie in the real estate industry over here. Cheryl Cooper, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Local Bizcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
It
It's
is
so
absolutely
exciting.
my pleasure. Yeah, the
Yeah.
podcast studio is here. We're hanging out. My 30 seconds of business, because we're trying to grow this Local Bizcast. And everybody knows, I'm going to say it again. If you guys are enjoying the Local Bizcast, this guy right over here, please go to YouTube and subscribe and like and hit all those things. And Spotify, we're on that one too. And because we're a video podcast, it's a little bit more difficult to get on Apple. But
Okay.
if I want to just cut the audio, I could throw it on Apple, no problem. But I've been working on getting Apple. So what I need is for somebody who knows what to do to get me onto Apple Podcasts. But we could, we'll see what happens. But the
There you go.
business is over. And
Yeah.
now I've got Cheryl. Cheryl, welcome.
Well, thank you so much. This is so exciting. I love doing things like this.
You've done these before, you said.
I have.
Not too many of my guests have hopped into the podcasts before, but we've got a
Oh,
few already. So,
Okay.
but if you want to go ahead and start taking, you drive if you need
want me
to.
to
So,
drive?
no, you
Okay.
drive. You're in the right seat over there. Unless we're in Europe, then I'm in the right seat. So, but you are with the Cheryl Cooper group. So I don't know who runs that place, but
I
man,
don't
we're gonna.
know, some girl. Some girl.
So,
You know.
well, tell me a little bit about. I want to know from you know me. If you've seen any of the podcasts, I don't want to know what's just going on right now.
Okay.
I need to know the entire history. I need to know your journey, your
Oh.
path. I need to know your ups, your downs, when you
Right.
had to make a left turn, when you had to make a right turn, and when you had to make a U-turn. So
Okay. Well, we only have what, a half hour, so
it goes super quick. Yeah, you only have 20. You have 6
Oh,
minutes
my
left. You're
goodness,
done.
I better
It's
do this
over.
really quickly.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead. Give us a little history.
Yeah. So I'm in my 30th year of selling real estate. I got licensed in 1994, but I didn't start right away. Right. So I had.
Do you know my next question is, well, why?
Oh,
I'm sure that's a story, though.
yeah. So I was working in a family business for a really long time. And I had a family, and unfortunately, my first husband passed away.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So thank you.
Oh,
And so it became like, with that being in the family business, it wasn't like I work in the family business and I can come and go what I want. The expectations, my father set those expectations even higher than other people who worked for him. And I just felt like everybody else was raising my son.
yep.
And my brother said to me, well, why don't you look into real estate? And I said, well, what a great idea. And
Really? I mean, it just was like, that's a great idea. Let me throw
Yeah.
this out of left field. There was
It
no.
really
Was there any real estate in the family? Anybody
No.
that you knew? Nothing.
Nothing. He
Nothing.
was just like, why don't you just get into real estate and look at that? And I'm like, okay. So I took the class and I passed and got licensed and worked for my dad a little bit longer. And I said, you know what, this is a great opportunity, because it was about 40-minute ride to get to work, where if I work locally up here,
Yeah.
I can drop my son off to school and pick him up and so forth. So that's really how it got started.
It's a very good catalyst. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. And then I just stayed. I just stayed selling real
Poof!
estate.
30 years later, here we are right now,
And it went- and it went
2025.
like
I'm
that.
sure
And
it did.
went like that.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, but it really has been a great journey.
Yeah.
And when I started real estate wasn't like it is today, right? Today we have a lot of classes and conferences and get-togethers, and we're all about growing personally, not just within our business, but spiritually also. It wasn't like that when I first started. So it was very lonely when I was
It
selling
was.
real estate back then.
Yeah.
We didn't have teams. It was kind of like, I started with a book. There was not computers.
Oh yeah, like the MLS,
Yeah.
just like getting
Yeah.
updated. You
No
have to go get.
computers.
How did you get new listings in like? How was that? Like
Friends.
yeah.
Friends. Selling real
networks.
estate, right? And everybody was around my age. They were just starting to buy houses. And
Yeah.
I would literally remember sitting with my phone attached to the wall
Oh yeah.
on the floor, thumbing through the real estate.
Hold on.
books.
Push button or rotary dial?
That was push button.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
come
yeah,
on, dude. It was in
push
the
button.
'90s, guys. I'm not, I know.
It
Might be
was
age myself.
yeah,
I
really,
remember
really.
those days. You could
When I
ask a
was
lot of my.
child, we had these,
Yeah,
right?
me too. And you could ask a lot of my team. They don't know what I'm talking about. Can you, like, if we gave them a rotary phone? I love those memes on Facebook, and they're like, they're looking at it like it must be foreign. It's like a
Right,
UFO.
right.
So, But yeah,
But
sitting on the floor.
sitting on the floor, just saying, all right, now, what are you looking for? And just, and thumbing through the pages. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
here's one. And so it started like that. And
Right.
it was just, I didn't make a ton of money for a long time, but I was home.
Yep.
I was home with my child. And that was really most important to me.
And you started a nice career.
And
So
started a good career. And I
Amazing.
just, you know, I was able to take him to sports and take him to school and do activities. And to me, that was just more important than, chasing the almighty dollar.
yeah, sure. I
Right?
think it still is.
Yeah.
I
I
think-
mean, over the years, I've been so lucky. I'm just really lucky. I have a lot of people who recommend me, and I'm friend. I become friends with everybody I sell a house to.
Yeah.
So or sell their house. We just become friends because you're involved in their most intimate time. And selling a house is not easy.
No.
You
I don't know if it ever was, but I mean, it's not easy now.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. It's so emotional.
Sure.
And today, I mean, you can't just put a house on the market today. It's got to be staged. It's got to be painted. It's got to be.
I was going to ask you if it's like more difficult now than then because, I mean, the internet
Yeah.
made everything so easy,
Yes.
but in one regard, and then
Yeah.
it makes everything a little bit more difficult than the other. So
It does because
Yeah.
you're competing against perfectly staged homes and who's got the beautiful countertops, and you're going in and you're asking people to put $20,000 worth of work in their house just so we can put it on the market,
wow,
right?
wow,
So
Yeah.
it's it is, but we try to go a little bit easier on our clients than that. Though I'm like, come on, I have a stager. She comes in, we'll repurpose your
Right.
some of your furniture.
there's a
can-
talent there. Yeah, I
There's a
mean,
talent.
yeah.
There's
And
a
you've got to
talent.
obviously you had to evolve to grow into that and create a network of people that will help out. And
Absolutely.
That's
I
incredible.
could not do it without the network of people that I have behind me. So it's all about your tribe, right?
that's
It's
it.
all about who you embrace.
Oh, I love it when people say tribe, and I also say like you said you were very lucky, but
Yeah.
I promise you worked very hard to get yourself lucky.
Yeah.
I always, I'm sure I've said it on the podcast before, and I know I embarrass myself every time I quote this movie. But if you remember 50 Shades of Grey, right in the beginning, and the roommate, and hopefully, if this is a spoiler alert for anybody, again, like that movie's like 20 years old already, so forgive me, I apologize. But right in the beginning, she goes to do the interview, and she's like reading the questions off the thing, and she goes, "It says here that people think you're very lucky," and Mr. Gray laughs. He goes, "I find that's funny." He goes, "I find that the harder I work, the luckier I get."
Yes.
And to me, obviously, I quoted 20 years later. It might
Mhm.
not be 20 years, but like I think it is so true
Yeah.
that you put yourself out there.
Mhm.
You're working hard. You're putting you get out of your comfort zone. You get out there. You do
Oh
your
my
thing, and
goodness,
guess what
yeah.
happens?
Mhm.
When there's opportunity, you're around.
Yes.
So I don't know if it's so much luck. It's just that you've put yourself
Right.
in the right place to have opportunity.
You're
So-
absolutely right. It's when you show up. I feel like when you show up, it just comes.
Yeah,
And
showing up. But imagine showing up and being prepared, which I'm sure, obviously, I mean,
Right.
your name is on there right now. So I can imagine that's how you did it. So,
Yes.
I mean, that's incredible. But
well, we're branded. I mean, in today's world, you have to make sure you're branded, and you have to make sure that you have all the materials, like you said,
Sure.
readily available to give to your clients, and you have to go. But the best time for real estate agents to get business is when we go on vacation. That's when the calls come in.
of course. I find that I do better here when I'm on vacation. I'm like, I can't treat you. I'm like, it is not like, thank goodness right now, there's no way to figure it out how to do a remote chiropractor or physical therapy. So, but I get more calls when I'm on vacation. I'm like, you know what? I should just leave more often. So
Exactly. Well, sometimes I'm like, I need some business. I'm going to plan a vacation.
perfect. I love that. That's great formula over there. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but did you start on your own? Did you start in somebody else's business? I mean, most realtors have to work for somebody and then
Yeah.
they develop a book. And
Mhm.
how does that work?
Yeah. So I started on my own, and I was lucky. I have to say that I was lucky with the company that I did join at first. I just joined the local company that was right up the road from my house. I wanted everything easy.
Convenience. That was perfect.
Everything
Whatever.
convenient, everything easy.
Okay.
And there was two young gentlemen who were running the business there,
Okay.
and they made sure that I had training. And so I learned what to do without cutting corners right from the beginning. Like you have to
They
make
did it
people-
properly.
Yeah, they did it properly.
Okay.
So-
It wasn't a hustle.
It wasn't. It wasn't. But it was like this: if you want to make money in this business, this is what you have to do.
Got it.
And the first thing you have to do is you have to get a book of people who want to do business with you, right? So you cannot be a secret agent. You
No.
have to tell people that.
Step one, develop relationships.
Right, develop relationships.
Yeah.
And I had, I'm still very good friends with my friends from high school. So, and a couple from grammar school. And so I was really lucky to have some of those relationships right up front that, believed in me and recommended me to their friends and family. And I just did a really good job for them. That was important to me.
I think I don't know if it's the same in your profession or mine, but like growing up, I'm, in my friends who we just had this conversation. I grew up just across the border in Rockland County.
Mm-hmm.
We tried our entire lives. My whole crew tried our entire lives to get the heck out of here. We all made it about 150 yards into Bergen County here. So, but they still look at me as 8-year-old Pete,
Yes.
They're like, you're not a doctor. You're 8-year-old, loud, hyperactive, annoying Pete with your floppy hair. Now I'm still loud, hyperactive, probably still annoying, but I have no hair.
Yeah.
So, but like, in my business, like it's almost like they have a hard time giving me credibility because they just remember me from there.
I get that.
Is that the same as yours?
It is.
It is. Yeah.
It is because people remember. Look at I've done my share of going out and having a good time.
Sure. We didn't know we were gonna get party Cheryl over here. This is awesome. All right, let's go. Make a left turn. No, I'm just kidding.
When I was younger.
All right. So, but they helped you. They recommended you.
Yeah.
And again, it was a few years ago, and you've built this now reputation. And you can only build and grow something like this if you are doing it correctly. I mean, otherwise, especially these days, people can see right through you.
Right.
So,
but you know what? It's like that. It's like that proverbial iceberg, right? So you just see the little tip of the iceberg, but there's so much underneath, right? That goes into growing that.
Yes.
And that's really what happened. I mean, listen, I have made my share of mistakes growing the business. I've made some terrible hires. I've missed some really big boats.
I need 12 more episodes with you so I can get that dirt, because that's the good dirt that some people want to hear. But we probably don't. Well, maybe we'll make a veer into that, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
so,
we'll see.
You've done it all. You've done it all.
Yeah, but I learned.
Yes.
I just kept learning, and there were days that I didn't want to get up out of bed because I'm like, I just can't keep going. But you do. You just keep going. But that's where your tribe comes in. That's where the people you surround yourself with, people who have done it before, who have been in your shoes, and who give you a hand up when you need it.
Yes.
And I have some really great friends in real estate. I go to conferences. I'm actually leaving next week for one. Hold
on. Is this one of those conferences in Cabo, or is this? Oh, okay.
No, this one's in Vegas. I'm kind of over Vegas.
Vegas.
But,
oh my God. Horrible. My God, we got to go to
Over
Vegas.
Vegas.
It's only 88 degrees right now, and it's 4:00 in the morning. As we sit here in snowy New Jersey, of course. But
I'm a big Texas Hold'em player. I am.
We do have party Cheryl here. This is good. Okay.
Yeah, but
So
I
it's a
won't
good
play when I go next week, believe it or not.
But again, if you're going on business, it's not vacation. Therefore, you're not
Right.
going to get new clients while you're away.
Right.
You have to call it vacation.
Right, I have
That's
to
how
go
that
with
works.
it. Right. I know.
So.
I'll have to sell that to my husband.
And
But-
you're going to these conferences and you're still learning stuff today.
Always. I think I will learn until the day I die.
Yeah. You don't think you can go to these conferences and teach all these courses? Some of them.
I can probably teach a good part of them, but no, I'm there to learn. And there are many agents that have learned different things, and they have things to share. And I love to go in. I always say this when I sit on the plane, when I'm coming home, and I'll go through my workbook and I'll pull out 3 things that I want to implement. Everything else, if I can get to it, which I probably won't, because I'm going to other conferences.
That's right. You got to get 3 from here and 3 from here and 3 from here.
Exactly.
So number 9 over here may never.
It may never. But if you just hear that one little pearl, right? You come back with one little pearl that can help you grow your business or help your buyers or your sellers do something maybe easier for them, or give them better advice about something, or have another service that's available to them that I didn't know was available.
Right.
If that helps my client, or if it helps my business, that's a win.
It's a win. It's a win.
It's a win.
Is it difficult to bring those things back and implement? Like, is it a lot of stuff? Oh, what a great idea. and it just sits over there, or do you?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
yeah. But what I love about going to a conference is that I'm learning from people who are doing things in different areas of the United States.
Yes.
We're not just all cookie cutter here. So I can bring that something that is being done in California here that nobody else knows about or is doing, because
Right.
I take the time and I spend the money to go to these conferences
Yep.
to learn.
Yeah, and that same person that you learned something from over there that they're not doing here, you're doing something that they didn't do.
Right.
They're like almost like you're outside of the box.
Right, exactly.
It's like, oh my God, didn't even think about that, you know?
Exactly. And if I think it's really great to share, because I love to share what I learned, I'll share it within my office. So I love to teach. So sometimes I'll run a class there. And I'll bring back and share with the other agents. Now it's up to them, because about 80% of the people are not going to implement it. They're going to go to the class and they're going to take the notes.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
It's going to sit on their shelf. They're not going to do it. But
yeah.
If I can help just one person grow their business, I'm happy.
That's terrific. I love that. I love that. And you're still doing it to this day, which is my favorite. I mean, for us, obviously in medicine, we always have to do it, but some people just do it just because they need their 30 credits, and other people are doing it to try to find more.
Right.
And,
right.
you know, and I think there's a huge difference. And I think it shows, again, when you put your name on the top of the website over there. And I think that's incredible. So, but all right. So that is you getting to where you are now. Yes. But now there's so many things going on in real estate. And I just, you know, I guess we could talk about the market first right now. I mean, you're in Bergen County.
Yes.
And we've heard what's been going on around here. And it's, you know.
You're talking about the lawsuit.
Well, we got the lawsuit too, right?
Yeah,
but just Bergen County, and I guess real estate all over the country is about the same. But like, what is it like in? Do you only do Bergen County? Do you only do certain towns? Where are you?
Bergen County and Passaic County are the two counties that I do.
Okay.
So right now, there's a good part of the country, believe it or not, that they're falling out of a seller's market.
Okay.
We are still in such a very strong seller's market. So in the Pascack Valley right now, in our 8 towns, there are 27 houses available. That is nothing.
27 houses in the entire Pascack Valley.
That's it. That's all that's available right now. We have about 50 some odd houses that are under contract, and within the last 90 days, we've had about 126 of those houses sell. That tells me we have about a 4-week inventory.
Yeah.
Right. Of houses. So if nothing else were going to come on the market, it would take maybe about a month to sell what we have, which are those 27 houses. So we have buyers that are still bidding over the asking. We still have lines coming in from open houses.
Yeah.
We have multiple offers, and we still have a lot of cash. I've never seen so much cash in my life.
Where is it all coming from?
It's unreal. Yeah. They're going
to. Exactly right. Yeah. So yeah, and I've been through this process with my mother. We're trying to get her over here into like the Four Seasons.
Yeah.
And we were rookies. What did we know, right?
Right.
So the first one was the best one. All right. So we waited a few days. We put in an offer with a mortgage contingency, and all I heard was laughter on the other side of the line.
Yeah.
So like we had 21 cash offers within 4 hours.
Yep.
And we're like, take it back.
Yes.
Right. So the next time we're like, okay, we did the bid right away, still with the mortgage contingency. And again, still laughing on the other side.
Yeah.
They're like, we had 21 cash offers. So it was just unbelievable. And that's been going on for how long now?
Right. It's for too long.
Yeah.
We used to be able to predict this market. I'm done. I have no idea where we're going. I mean, since COVID changed everything.
It changed everything.
It just changed everything. So we thought that the market was going to tank, and it actually did the opposite.
Yeah.
And then we thought we're never going to see these prices higher than this, but then they just kept going higher.
They're still going higher.
They're still going higher. So we're set about to have another 3 to 4% increase this year.
Yeah.
That's
amazing.
what the prediction is. So it is. It's amazing. So we were supposed to have, nationally, we'd like to see about 5 million houses on the market.
Okay.
Right. We had 4 million last year. So they can tell you that we're
still
lacking inventory. They were hoping to get to the 5 million this year, but now they're saying it's about like 4.3 million houses nationally. So we're still going to be kind of like we were last year, the same market, at least in Bergen County, as we will be this year. So
it's amazing to me because all we ever see is building everywhere. And it's like, what?
I know.
Where are the numbers going? Yeah.
I know. But now with tariffs and everything else, I mean, you're going to see an increase in new construction because And I have a development that I have on the market now. And I was speaking to the builder and I said to him, I'm like, no, frame the houses because, and he's like, no. Then like the next day, he's like, what are you, like some psychic?
Yeah, you're forecasting.
I
I want to know what it's going to do on, on April 15th. Can I book a vacation? Is it going to be sunny? Let me know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, yeah,
So-
the price of goods and stuff is going to go up. I mean,
Right.
during COVID, we're sitting in the studio right now. It was supposed to be built in 20, and it
Yeah.
got pushed back to 23. And they were like, we're not going to do it in 21
Mhm.
because the price of nails are like $10. Like it's, it was just
I-
unbelievable. Not
sure.
only were the prices outrageous, you couldn't even get materials, right? So,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. So who knows? I do hope that it
levels
kind of
out.
just levels off. So
Yeah.
I like a market that's even, where I can use my talents. I can use my negotiation skills.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, right now it's like when you're putting a bid into a house, it's just like how high are you willing to go?
It's unbelievable.
Right. But then-
Scary for the buyers,
Right.
wonderful for the
Right.
sellers, of
But
course.
really
yeah.
important for a buyer
Yeah.
who is up against other offers. They have to have a really good lender behind them.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're going to take a mortgage out, there are ways that you can make your offer stand out, but you need to have somebody who's in your corner, who knows what they're doing, who has different programs that can make your offer
Got it.
stand out.
It's not just putting the offer in a Tiffany box and putting a bow on it. It's not. Doesn't work?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
That's not going to work, guys. All right.
So, but it is possible if you are taking a mortgage to get a house.
Got
It's just there's certain things that.
And hopefully, as you said, that gets a little bit easier for the buyers now as well.
I do.
Especially like everybody keeps on talking about first-time home buyers.
Mhm.
Those are obviously not the people who are going to come up with now $1 million in cash in Bergen County, 800,000. I mean, it's
Exactly.
insane the numbers, and then of course it's still insane how many people are getting it. We need to help people out and getting houses.
We
Incredible.
do.
But you did bring up something else, and I
Yeah.
think we've all heard about it. This whole lawsuit with regards to commissions and everything like that, and how has that affected real estate?
So I think it's not about commission. So the news made it about commission.
Of course.
Okay.
Are you saying the news was spinning something? Did she say that out loud? Oh my goodness. Okay. All
I
right.
know. It was more about steering and transparency.
Okay.
So what happened was that there was a house that was selling in the Midwest. The seller.
This
signed-
stemmed from one house selling in the
from
Midwest.
From one house.
Wow.
right?
Okay. I
Oh,
need to
so-
hear this story.
So I always got to start from somewhere. right?
Absolutely.
That seller paid a commission and didn't realize that part of that commission was going to go to the buyer's agent's agency. So that agency can pay the buyer's agent. So he said that why should he pay that? That I'm hiring a listing agent, I'll pay them, let the buyer pay that
Got
agent.
it. Got
Right. So that's kind of where it started. His neighbor was an attorney. They got together and they started this.
We
back-
have something like here, like because I mean, listen, most lay people know is that it's 3% here, 3% here, whatever it
Right.
was,
Right.
and it was just a way of doing business. We
Right.
just kind of accepted it,
right.
but that was
It's
got flipped upside down.
right. It did. So in New Jersey, since I've been selling real estate, we have an addendum to our listing agreement that automatically spells out how that commission is broken down and where it's going, and the seller signs that. So we
Got it.
just kind of got penalized here in New Jersey just because it became a national thing.
Yeah,
And then they were going to sue the agents individually, anybody who took a listing. And then, then the company stepped up and they did settle. They didn't settle because they were guilty. They just settled because it just got really expensive.
well, it's a lot of times it just costs too much to
Right.
defend the truth and honesty, and that's it's just
Exactly.
cheaper just to settle out, and it's you find that that's a really bad thing going on in this world right now. But
Exactly. So the good thing that did come about that for us in New Jersey is that now when we work with a buyer, they have to sign an agreement with us, even if it's for one house. And it kind of breaks down that says, listen, we're going to show you this house. So you don't have to hire me right away for 6 months, like a listing agreement.
got it.
Get to know me. If you like how I'm showing this house to you, maybe you'll sign for the next couple of months for me, and that moves on. But in that contract, it says the buyer can choose. Do not show me any houses that the seller is not paying the buyer's agency's commission, because I cannot afford to do that. And
Right.
the market that we're in, the buyers cannot. Right?
No, absolutely not.
Right.
And the sellers are getting so much higher. As you said, they're going over asking price. I mean, it
Exactly.
would only be right for that to
Right.
happen, right?
And let's face it, that whole commission is part of the offer, right? So the buyer really is paying it anyway.
It's already that's 6% or whatever it is.
Right.
It's already bumped into
Right.
the cost and
It's
the
already,
price. Yeah.
right. It's already bumped in. So, but a buyer can now opt out,
Got it.
right? Or they can say, "Hey, show me anything," and then if they're not paying, I'll come up with it. But what they're going to come up with is they're going to just add it into the offer anyway.
Right.
Right. Right now in New Jersey, we really have not seen any change. The seller understands that in order to get as many eyes on their property as possible,
they're going to pay the commission, both sides. Yep.
And they understand that the buyer is the one who's paying the commission because, again, that's where
it's paid. I mean, it just seems like it's semantics, but
It
you
is
know what? These
semantics.
days,
Yeah.
I guess you got to lay it out pretty
Right.
clearly for people. So
Right, but you do, and that's okay. I love the fact that now that a buyer signs a contract with us.
Okay.
So because as agents, we can show 10 houses to a buyer and
Right.
we're like, oh, my cousin Timmy just got licensed. So he's
thank you for
write
showing me and doing all this work.
Right.
And now I'm going to just go buy it with them. Right.
Exactly. So now we're protected for the houses that we show.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think that that's a good thing.
That's not such a bad thing. Right.
It's not such a bad thing. And it kind of obligates that buyer to shop for their agent, make sure that it's a good match.
There you go.
So,
as you said, develop your network, develop your tribe, and have a good reputation and do things with integrity. We're not just going to hustle people just for that 3% commission or more.
Right.
We see all the TV shows out there right now.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So we know exactly what's going on. I bet you can't believe this, but we have 4 minutes left.
I cannot believe
It goes so quick. So
fast.
you have, because, we're here at the local BizCast to find out your journey, but you also have needs. And we want our viewers and people in the area to see if we could do what we could do to help you out.
Well, thank you.
And if I saw this correctly, you're looking for an associate.
I am.
Is that your number one need right now?
It is.
Oh my goodness.
For my business.
There we
I'm
go.
looking for an administrative assistant.
Oh, an administrative assistant. Okay.
I am. I need somebody who's really organized, who loves graphs, who loves checklists, who's good at developing systems, who's not afraid of the computer, who knows Google. What is that? Work Suite.
Okay.
I need like the opposite of me.
That's what they say, though.
Yeah.
I'm reading a book right now that talks about that. That's what
Okay.
you like. If you're the visionary, you need the operator. If you're the
Yeah.
closer, you need the starter. And so you need the opposite of you.
I do. I need the opposite of me. So I'm like, oh, there's a pretty flower. Gotta go.
It's like I'm talking to my wife right now. No offense, because she is the visionary of our business. We are both, we
Right.
own the business together, and I'm the operator, and it works out perfectly. So
Right.
that's what But she's like squirrel,
Right.
So I completely understand it. So all right, and
Exactly.
it doesn't matter. Are they working remotely? Are they working in house?
So I would like them in house.
In house.
Yeah.
All right.
In Wickliffe Lake.
There we go.
Yeah. In Wickliffe Lake, I would like them in house, and I want somebody who doesn't just want a job. I want
career.
them to be part of something. Like I want them to feel like they're making a difference, not just for the team, but for our clients.
Sure.
Right. So because they will be interacting with our clients. They do not have to be licensed, but if they're willing to be licensed, that'd be great.
Even better.
We can help them with that.
Even better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, this is incredible. Guys, if you know anybody or you looking for a job, organized, need to be able to work with the computer and everything like that, don't be afraid. It is an in-house position preferred. So let's tell her out. Look at how nice she was. We just heard everything. We just heard your challenges. We just heard how you got here. Is there anything else you want to tell the people out there?
Not really, except you have a wonderful place here.
Oh, thank you.
As soon as I walked in, guys, I mean, it's so welcoming, and you're right. There's people waiting.
Yeah. I told her it was a little quiet in the beginning over there, but I said by the end of this podcast, we're going to have it. The house is going to start to get packed. That's for sure.
Think people should not be afraid to come and see you.
No. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, you take the mic. You're driving now. There we go over here. So, well, thank you so very much for joining me here, guys. I learned so much. Number one, about Cheryl, obviously, and you are. Oh God, you're so sweet. She's very sweet. I hope that came through. And it's just, you can tell your honesty, you're authentic and you're genuine. And I think that's why you have grown a beautiful business. So congratulations on that. It's fantastic. We do need to get her out of Jersey though. She has, I mean, other than vacation, she's been here for the whole time. So, but
I'm a Jersey girl. I can't help
born and bred. I love it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Cheryl Cooper from the Cheryl Cooper Group. She is a real estate. Hold on. I love what you put here. I got to find it. Hold on. Where is it? What does it say? I got to find it. You said something about it. I can't remember.
We love to share my expertise.
Yeah.
You just started a business.
I think I put it in one of the promos. It's how you describe yourself, and I thought it was very, very cool with regards to your real estate background and not knowing it's about 30 years. But so yeah, selling real estate for 30
I
years.
wrote too much.
Nah, it was no. You created a great business. But anyway,
Thank you.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Cheryl, thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
I think she is a wonderful real estate agent. So if anybody's looking for a wonderful real estate agent, please, you know where to find her. If you don't, it's going to be all over the podcast, and I'll make sure that her website and everything like that is on there. Oh, this is terrific. Well done. Well done. Nice and easy. You can see like 30 minutes to the dot on that thing over there. You nailed it. Absolutely perfect.
Oh,
all right.
Thank you. This is such a pleasure. Really.
All right, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful afternoon. Have a
Bye.
We'll take a little bit of a break only because next week is President's Day. So I'm going to take my kids skiing. I'm going to be a good father. I'm going to be close to them and everything like that. So join us next Wednesday for our next podcast. Other than that, have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful President's Day. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.